All right, thank you so much, Catherine. We're very excited here in the BT studios because Rawi Hage joins us now in studio. International best-selling author. You call Montreal home, but your work is known throughout the world. This is your latest right here on the table here, Beirut Hellfire Society. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Elias.
Some of the people who are watching us right now may know you from your previous novel, or one of your previous novels, De Niro's Game, as well. I got to ask you this. You're someone that has had a lot of success writing. I mean, you know, the reviews are quite stellar. You know, they say you're one of the best in Canada. But you didn't come from a background that you would think, okay, this guy's going to be a writer. So how did you end up to a spot like this with another book that is getting critical acclaim?
You mean as a writer?
Yeah.
Well, I tried many things, but I was always attracted to the art scene at one point, and I was lucky, I was fortunate, my father is a reader, so we were always surrounded with books. We read as kids, me and my brothers, and I was bad at school, but I was always a good reader.
So why, you're bad at school. What does that mean? You're getting in trouble? You know, there's still like English courses in school, right? So if you're going to be a writer, generally speaking, you're going to be able to write. So tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, English came later. I grew up speaking and living in the Arabic language and studying French. And then when I left during the war, I went to New York, and then I was forced to speak English and read in English. Then when I arrived here to Montreal, I did my academic years in English school at Concordia, and that was an extension of my relationship with the English language. I wrote short stories. Once I tried to, you know, many people try to write.
Yeah.
And we start with short stories, and someone said to me that you have a voice, and I believed them, and I became a writer. I mean, basically as simple as that.
And was there one specific moment that led to your discovery or your breakout? Is there one piece of writing or someone that you met that said, hey, this is a real thing?
Yes, I think I took myself seriously when I applied for a grant from the Quebec Council. And that was not just the money was great, but also the acknowledgement from your peers, from the judging community, that you do have some talent. And then I took myself more seriously, applied more myself towards writing. That was the shift moment.
You've had a past where you drove cabs, you were a photographer. You know, how long did you drive cabs for?
2 years.
2 years. You're driving around in a cab. What are you saying to yourself when it comes to your career and where you're going to move forward? What are you thinking at that time? And did you know did you think this would happen, or was this a surprise?
No, but it was an overlap. While I was driving, I was also writing. Towards the end of my driving career, the De Niro's Game was accepted by a publisher. But I was still driving cab when the book came out, actually. You know, sometimes I'll brag about the book in my car.
Tell me about this book, Beirut Hellfire Society.
Beirut Hellfire Society is a return to Beirut. It's about an undertaker. It deals a lot with death.
There's a lot of death. There's a lot of, you know.
And still is. I mean, in the region, the Middle East, it seems like it's not stopping that amount of death and mayhem. And I thought there's something to be said about that.
And to that point, what were you trying to say? What are you trying to say with this book?
Well, it's a protest against war, definitely. It is, if anything, it's a conversation with religious values, because you know, religion is becoming more and more as a political entity, especially in certain places more than others, maybe. Even, I mean, in the state, you know, I mean, organized religion have a say in politics. They have a say in, you know, impact on democracy, etc. So there's that dialogical exchange.
The book is getting tremendous reviews. You have an event tonight. at Drawn and Quarterly. Where's the event happening?
Drawn and Quarterly, yes.
Perfect. Go check it out. Rawi Hage, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you. Yes.
The book, again, is called Beirut Hellfire Society. Beautiful cover. Thanks again.
Thank you.
We'll be back with your local headlines coming up next.